Déu omnipotent i etern, beneïu tots aquests rams. La fi que nosaltres acompanyem amb alegria el nostre.
My accommodation for 5 nights.
And I was wondering, who's this guy? And somebody said, that's Saivar Sisielski. Saivar had...
mountain valley, which you could actually use to describe most of the valleys in Iceland. But if you look here to the left, you'll see a church up on the hill, and supposedly underneath this church we have
that came here 870, and he actually settled down here in Reykjavik 874. And it says in the book of settlement when he was sailing from the south coast, because he came on there and he was up from the floor, from the ocean floor. And this is actually a beautiful formation. You're going to see it when we come up and walk up this coastline. You're going to see more of this basalt. And
Wow, may bathtub si Mayor.
Tawa kami ng tawa dun eh. Ano ka?
3, 24, 25, 26. Saan nyo naman?
Good morning! Guys, nandito na kami sa Ilocos. Walang traffic, promise.
The police station. Police station. Yeah, I thought it was a...
Yeah. Buti pa yung bags niya naka-seatbelt. Siya, hindi.
So if you go inside, you see TVs on the left side. That's the fastest way to get tickets with your card, credit card, and you touch.
Jollibee, Jolly, Jolly, Jollibee, Jollibee, Jollibee. Hi, Ate G. May pabatabuli si Mayor.
Wall paintings, bronze statues. The one in Milan we saw also from him. This is his one today in Venice.
Gondola.
He judged people of criminals. Four bridges, right? To get to our meeting.
South Africa, right? Ah, very well. This is time event. This is time event, okay? Do you like it? Yes?
Yes.
The time is not good today. No? Tecnica della scultura.
It's a family from generation to generation passing through. It's
Yes.
not the average person can do it.
Benissimo. This is awesome.
Wow.
Ferrari awesome.
Wow.
Ferrari awesome.
It cools down really, really, really fast. How it cools down.
Benissimo. Very well.
May kabilang plaza.
like statues, but a very extreme music. There are lots of turning down and all the is going to by all means. And I'm going to explain this one, but I'd like to know what you need to do every more time with the way the others, okay? So how much
Pick you up so you can see. You want to see? Ready? 1, 2, 3, up.
most of those were found in cemeteries, like that's a car tires. They have the logo of Mercury. You know what a Mercury tire is? The Goodyear. And what is the good? Not always inspired, but that's the famous lapis. This is what Michelangelo used to create the blue background of the Sistine Chapel. So the Sistine Chapel we're reaching in a few minutes. You see, this is a procedure of what we call the Compilation. Start walking in a steady, slow pace. Right? Don't lose Jesus' eyes when you walk. Holy. Jesus. He is looking back at you. So he keeps looking at you, not with the eyes. So this is the entrance, the exit is on the other side. And on the other side you'll see really big arch triumphs where you can make nice pictures. The Panantino, the ruins, where you only see rocks and stone, is on that side. In the wall, originally built by the Romans in 72 AD until 80 AD was inaugurated. It took only 10 years to build the Colosseum. But for a moment, I want you to go back in the 1st century, because in the 1st century, he confiscated all the lands that Rome is owned down in this area, and he built his 80 acres villa in this area where you see today. In the back there, we still have the villa of 80 acres. In the middle here, he had an artist. He was sent by the Nero in Jerusalem to stop a revolt against Rome. Vespasian, in 2 years, he conquered Judea, brought enough money in Rome, brought enough gold that the inflation of gold in Rome shows. We had 3 shows a day. So in the morning, we had beasts against beasts. In the lunchtime, we had executions, public execution, that's what these used for mostly. In the nighttime, these were closer. The inaugurated shows. How the shows used to be organized. Now, each show had to be represented. Was the old department of their financial and economy of the Medici family, but they have so much artwork, actually reset, and they moved it all in these 2 buildings you see here. And what's so amazing about this gallery is actually all the people you see here to build it. You can see that all the colors here are natural stones, marble or granite, all hand carved, cut.
not wealthy though, but still he had enough money, or actually his family enough money to own this estate and this mansion here. Because we're now really close to the birthplace of Dante Alighieri. So this is the alley actually where he grew up in his younger days, Dante.
Very strong, very durable, very common. Now, in the Renaissance period, when Florence was the heart and soul of the Renaissance, where it all started, lots of people were flooding there to show off their artistic skills, show the kind of stuff they could create, and that's when this little guy here was invented.
Someone jumps from here, they die.
Sorry.
Yeah, this is back when it was fun.
Creation for send parfum or the toilet from all over the world. So it depends where you're coming from. We have people from India. Mr. Nose or Madame Nose. Alors, the schools are all in France. In Versailles, Paris, and Grasse. 3-year schools.
Maybe with the stammer.
Madaming ulam doon, ma. Oh.
Can I get another fork?
Palais de Taux. All right.
The colors will usually be red and blue. Red is the color of the blood of Jesus, and blue the color of the sky and heaven. Okay, so, and of course, there's floor number 1, 2, and 3. As you can also see maybe in the distance, the Eiffel Tower is surrounded by glass wall. So yeah, last year. So if you want to get to the belly, basically under the tower, you have to go through security. You don't have to pay anything, but in order to get access to the square behind or under the tower, you have to go through security. Then, if you want to go to the top, there. This is okay.
Yo! What's up?
What's up?
About an hour from Milan, called Candolia. It's called Candolia marble. All right. Also, you can see a lot of statues. These statues, they represent prophets, apostles. Often as before, say a couple of months out of every year. Nowadays, masks are only worn during Carnival. Carnival in February is a very busy season in Venice, and people were.
Ciao Matteo, buongiorno! Hai un'idea, ieri?
Castello. Then there is San Marco, we're going where the tower is. Then there is San Polo, Dorsoguro, Canareggio, Santa Croce. In every section. Okay, then, bridge number 1. Mosaic. You see the niches, there's a tiny tile put together for this drawing. And inside, gold and mosaic.
To make sure that the building does not collapse. Wow. It is very fragile.
I feel like I'm...
Quindi siamo a posto, io faccio. Ci vediamo più tardi. Ciao caro, ciao. You know, it's like it's the second floor, and it's usually the windows on the right. So right corner, and it's one of the windows. I remember John Paul because I was here when John Paul was old. 1990. Okay, yeah. So 2 meters long, and the dome, the Cathedral of Milan. Here, the Cathedral of Rome is St. John of the Lateran. It's another big church, actually not too far from the Colosseum. But this is the biggest church in the world, the biggest Basilica, 230. Peter was crucified upside down next to this obelisk. It's called the Witness. That's why it was so important to bring it here. That's why it's still here today. 2 fountains, guys, by Bramante and Bernini to give more symmetry to the square. Because
and they ended up with plans of work behind here. And then the past history is patrons of the arts. Cosimo de' Medici, Michelangelo, Raphael, Caravaggio, and so forth.
There, Archangel Michael killing the dragon. And as you can see, it looks very decorated, right? It looks beautiful. This is a Baroque fountain. Now remember guys, in church buildings we have three types. We have the Roman, the oldest. Yeah, yes, was killed for his religion, for his belief, right? So they built this church in the 15th century. So this church is about 600 years old. Second oldest, second biggest church in the town, okay? Ganbul Church, and it looks beautiful. Okay, the cathedral, it's called St. Peter Dom St. Peter. It's the oldest cathedral in Germany. It was finished in 1270, around the same time they finished Reims Cathedral yesterday. Never mind the name, but it's 200 years old. And when the city was destroyed, World War II, the bombs, this castle was saved. No bombs on that castle. So that castle is 200 years old, and it's one of many castles. And the sword symbol of power. And you can see two big statues there at the foot. They're the angels, angel of war, angel of peace. And also, if you look there, there's a series of statues, guys. And this city hall is old, 600 years old, but it also was damaged during World War II, the bomb. So it was rebuilt. Now, one room is important. Can you see the flag church where those emperors were crowned? From 1562 to 1792. It's called St. Bartholomew Church. 95 meters tall, pretty tall. But tomorrow we were going to go to Cologne. Birdhouse. You see the sign here, the Boer's house. Again, born in 1770. On this street is called Bongasse, Bon Alley. Okay? Remember he had two younger brothers?
One.
Die anderen sind wirklich.
Aber ich mag die anderen nicht.
Now, during the Second World War, the roof was gone, destroyed, but the walls stayed. Okay? As you can see, to your right, you have this very strange spire. Can you see this decoration? Okay. Because it's by the way, this church has the widest facade of any church in the world, 80 meters plus. All right, and the church is 100. Exceptions. Now, like guys, if you came here before 1961, the windmills were not here. They were in the countryside. Okay?
As possible, that it's easy to work. That's pretty easy. quite wet. It's fresh wood. This is all water from the tree, so we need to dry the shoe. This takes about 3 to 4 weeks. Once it's dry, we polish it. Finishing result, well polished shoe. With a child of around 4 years old. That looks quite big for a 4-year-old. They're quite big. Also a little too big, 1 finger space.
Certification. Yeah? So the carat is the weight of your diamond, and we use the point system. So 1 carat means 100 points. I'm showing you different cuts and difference in color. I hope you can see, because if you cannot see, and then I will go for a little bit more.
30 color.
To the boat first. Okay, you want to do the boat. I will then, I'm going to ask you in about 100 meters away, I'm going to ask you to. One time I waved and it was not my boat. It was like, what the hell is this guy? The patron saints of Brussels. Okay, good. Okay, guys, so let's keep moving. City Hall of Brussels. Yeah, City Hall, guys. Yeah, looks like a church. The spire, it took 35 years to build it. It was finished in 1455. You can see a lot of statues. Not at the center. When he realized his mistake, apparently he committed suicide. We don't know if it's true, okay? Anyway, City Hall is there. Now guys, can you see also to your right, you have another beautiful building, okay? The one with a tower. That building has 2 names. It's called the Palace of the King in French language. No king ever lived there. Apparently the Duke who was there, he had a big ego. He called it the Palace of the King. And